Hello, trail travelers. It is Carrie and Katerina, and we are just outside of Leadville, Colorado, and we've got an adventure in store today. We are going to start off with Birdseye Gulch, which is considered a 5-5 according to Trails Off-Road. And at the end of that, we hit Mosquito Pass and take that over to Alma and then head home. So should be a beautiful day. It is, late August right now. It's the 20th. So everything is still green. It's amazing. We've had so much water. So we're really looking forward to this. We've got our friends Philip and Dana with us today in their 392. Should be a great adventure. So stick with us. We're going to go have some fun. Don't let this initial view trick you at all. This is just the beginning. This nice meadow is just the opening as we head into the forest and up into the mountains for some fantastic views and a lot of fun. Wow, we haven't seen anything like this in a long time. A nice kind of rocky, rough trail going up into the woods. It's definitely nice today because right here it's 62 degrees because we are at 10,300 feet above sea level versus being at home where we're a mile above sea level, but it's going to be like 95 degrees today. So really nice to be out in the mountains, in the woods, and a lot cooler than being at home. And we're still early on in this trail. Still got a ways to go before I see something that it's gonna make it worthy of a 5-5 rating, but we'll see. Right now, I just love driving through the woods. Everything is fresh and clean. It's been a lot of water up here, so everything is, really super green and there's no dust on everything. So it really stands out color-wise. And you have the smell of all the pine trees. I mean, this is definitely a nice drive right now. As we're going uphill, we've got this raging river right next to us here, a little creek here. Nice view. All these little falls and things. Let's see if I can find a good one. There's a nice little one there. Well, we're starting to get into some bigger and bigger rocks here as we've continued to climb uphill. One thing to note is there is really nowhere to pass somebody. If someone's coming in the opposite direction, I don't know where you would get around someone else. It's very, very narrow. So I'm going to say if you're going to do this, do it early so that you don't have to worry about someone coming the opposite direction. We are seeing a lot of water right now. I mean, like I said, we've had rain almost every day all summer long. So it's no surprise that there are a lot of water crossings here today. That's a little different. We don't see railroad tracks on a trail very often, or if ever, that I can think of. A little different. We got a nice open area here. Definitely going to be great for views because up and to our right, I don't think we can see it from here, is Mosquito pass, and that's going to be fun. It's not very difficult, but again, the views are really spectacular up there. Well, when they called this a steep, loose, rocky climb, that pretty well describes this. And this is definitely what is going to push the difficulty rating up a little bit. You're going to need a little bit more ground clearance, a little bit more on the tires to make it up here. Now, we're just doing this in 4 low. We're not running lockers or anything. But it definitely is... there's some big rocks here you want to be careful of, and I guess it's time to say that this trail does have a pinstripe warning. So I would imagine maybe a few years ago it wasn't as bad, but as these trees have got bigger and they're over the trail, you definitely could get some pinstripes on this trail. Right now we've been brushed a few times. Nothing that's just not, it's just moving some dirt around. We're not doing any scratches, but I have a feeling we may see some up ahead, and if you go too far into those bushes, you're definitely going to get scratched up a little bit. Well, we're kind of on this little shelfy road section here. A beautiful view of the mountains to the east. We're heading southeast right now. So, really pretty. But you can see that tree line is coming up. So that means we're getting higher. We're at 11,230 feet at the moment. So we have a little bit of ways to go before we're completely out of the woods.
Oh my gosh,
They don't want to stop you.
Okay.
We can just find somewhere wide enough, you know, that we don't have to carry the 150-pound tire. We can get it off the bag and roll it around. That'd be awesome. Looking good.
It seems like a little open space in front after these rocks.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not
Not repairable.
Right there on the sidewall.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we can fix that.
Yeah?
I have a Guetreads kit.
You want to try to fix it?
Oh, you can fix it?
Yeah.
Well, let's try it.
Okay.
Okay, here's some water, babe. That's the spot.
Want to film it?
Yeah.
Okay. Here, do it.
squeeze it in there. And then let's see if they... Okay. So if this works anything like 2P10, then I just spray the activator on this side. Right there.
Match with the glue, but
Nah,
it should be fine.
yeah, I think it'd be interesting to see if this is good enough to get us off the trail.
Yeah.
And okay, so we're open there.
Hear anything?
Let me. Nothing yet.
Well, so far that looks like it's holding. We got a patch on there, and we put a little bit of air in for right now just to check it to see if we need to replace the tire. We don't hear any air coming out, so we're just going to get the pressure gauge, get it up to the right pressure that they're running, and see if we can get off the trail with this. It's not supposed to be a permanent fix. It's a sidewall repair. So the balance is going to get thrown off and everything, but it should be enough to get us through the trail without having to swap tires.
Now, if I could get my CO2, my little mini CO2 tank filled up,
Now that you've used it 4
Yeah.
times today.
it's gonna be. It is. Well, I might make it too.
Well, at least they know we know they're not going to take off without us at the end of the trail because they're going to need our compressor.
My 15-pound is emptied last week, and this one is right at this week. But we're running 10 psi, so we'll see. We'll see what how we hit afterwards. So,
Well, it seems to be holding, so should be in pretty good shape for now. Although, one thing, and I'm going to talk to Guetreads about that, the activator is in its own bag to keep it sealed, and when I opened it, the cap was not on it, so the bag was filled with liquid, and it will not screw back on here. So there is a problem with the activator. Fortunately, we got enough to get the patch on there, but I'm going to have to let them know about this particular problem because, well, that's kind of a problem if you can't keep the liquid in the bottle because I have no place to put it back in the Jeep now.
but if this gets us off the trail without having to replace a 150-pound tire in the mud on very narrow trails,
Yeah.
So then that'll be. I mean, that'll be a win. So we'll see. We'll see how we do.
Excellent. Yeah, if you don't like that side-to-side roll angle, you could have a couple challenges here. We're taking what I think are the easier lines. We're not trying to get as tippy as possible. And multiple times we've been at 18, 19, 20, and even 21 degree rolls. So it's totally safe. There's nothing wrong with a 21 degree roll. But if you're not used to it, that'll make you pucker a little bit the first few times you're at those types of angles. The views on Birdseye Gulch do not disappoint. And it is so surprising to see everything this green this late in the summer. It's usually not like this. We've just had so much water this year that it feels like springtime around here.
There is some cabin over there.
Some cabin, probably can't see it with the action camera, but way off in the distance over there is a little cabin, and you'll see these spots where there's just looks like piles of wood, and that's where some kind of structure used to be. There's not a lot of known history around here. There's nothing in the guidebooks about it, but it's just cool to drive through this area. And Birdseye Gulch so far has been fun, challenging, well, and for Phil, a little frustrating. All right, we are coming up on the end of Birdseye Gulch here. Now, it continues off to the left, and that's going to connect you with Mosquito Pass, which we are going to do. But one thing is this trail off to the right, and it's not on Trails Off Road. It's not on all trails. We can't find the name of it anywhere, but this is what we had seen from Mosquito Gulch before, Mosquito Pass before. So we're going to go and we're going to go ahead and hit this, see what it's all about. But it does look like it goes way up into the mountains above the tree line. So we can't wait to see what's in store ahead of us. Now looking down there, you'll see a bunch of little structures, and those are different mines that are down there. Now, if you want some good info on all that, check out our video on the route of the Silver Kings, and I will link that up above so you can get to that easy. We've done that area. It is so much fun. You are up close and personal with a bunch of old mines. Super, super cool. So to the right of us, or in front of us technically, but you see the Silver Kings area. To the right of that is the city of Leadville, where we actually started this morning. And then behind us is Mosquito Pass. Up ahead, interesting thing up here is snow. What is it? Today's the 20th? Something like that?
I'd have to look at my watch.
Yeah.
It's about the 20th of
August. And there's snow up here. Crazy. It just tells you we've had a very, very weird summer so far. And all the snow on the peaks over there.
Still.
Yeah, amazing.
We go to off-road, and let's see what the
Elevation is?
Yeah.
Well, we're above 11,000, I know that. There we are, 12,157 feet. Yeah, right now we're at 12,160 feet above sea level, and we are still climbing. And when we go to Mosquito Pass, we're gonna go even higher. But the views from here, absolutely epic.
Just coming through these rocks, right? That tire repair deal is, I mean, it's holding.
Yeah.
It's holding a lot better than I ever thought it would be. We have not lost a single PSI. We're still sitting at 11 PSI, which is what we are up to. And I mean, I'm doing 15 miles an hour. I mean, it's a dirt road, but it's got some good bumps.
So this is so weird. These rocks look like veins going through here. And it's just because of the buildup of the grass areas. But this looks so bizarre. And again, behind us, Mosquito Pass. To the left of us, which is going to be that Silver Kings area. And up ahead, we see peaks. This trail has got to end somewhere. So we're trying to see where it goes. Something we were concerned about was the patch coming off because of the sidewall flux of being aired down. Well, we ripped the tire patch off. There's plenty of glue inside the sidewall from our repair, and it's still perfectly holding air. So good job, Guetreads. Delicious.
Oh, yeah.
Do we do a meat comparison?
No, don't do that. Don't do that. You guys are newlyweds. Dana and I have been together for 30 years. This is
This is a really good 30-year sandwich. This is amazing.
I can tell you the tactic. At the beginning, you got such a good sandwiches. Now you got a good sandwiches, but now it's time to reduce.
Oh yeah, every 5 years a slice of meat's coming out of that.
Uh-huh.
Okay, we are working our way back to Mosquito Pass from whatever little offshoot this was. It was well worth it. It was a lot of fun. The view was epic. We had some lunch, and now we're heading back down. And here's another view of the top of the Silver Kings area. You see the two ponds up here. You see a couple structures down there. It is pretty windy, but again, we're at 12,000 feet, so often to be expected at these altitudes. And we're not in any tree line. And we're not going to see tree line for a while. But straight up ahead, you can see the road going up into the mountain, and that's Mosquito Pass. Okay, we just passed that Birdseye Gulch intersection, and we're going to be working our way back over to Mosquito Pass. Now, technically, Mosquito Pass starts just outside of Leadville, over near the Route of the Silver Kings, all that mining area. So coming in from Birdseye, we're actually starting a handful of waypoints in. Not a big deal, but we wanted to do something a little different today. But the rest of it's all going to be standard Mosquito Pass. The switchbacks up ahead. We'll get to the summit, and then we'll come down the other side into Alma. We are starting up the switchbacks here on Mosquito Pass. They're rocky, they're kind of steep, so maybe if you have a vehicle with low range, you might want to do that. You can probably do it in two-wheel drive, honestly, but you know, if you just want to make sure you've got enough power, then drop into 4 low and give it a whack. But really 4 high going up is fine. When you start coming down the other side, I do recommend you being in a low range so you're not having to use your brakes as much. Going up really shouldn't be much of a problem. Again, the views from here, they don't suck. No, they don't suck.
Hey, you can flash back over on the road that we were on.
Got the highway down there.
Optimus.
Well, we made it to the summit of Mosquito Pass. What a beautiful day. A little windy today, not a big deal, kind of expected up here. We came in from Leadville, and we're going to go out the other side and head out towards Alma, which is basically near Fairplay. So still got a ways to go. This was the short side coming up. This is going to be the long side going back down.
Water crossing. I needed a snorkel.
Yep. Right here, right at the same level as the road, we've got more snow.
So where we're at. Just came down off of Mosquito.
Yeah, just came down off the summit. You can see working our way down over there.
There we go. 13,000 feet.
13,151. Now, to be fair, this snow over on the driver's side, I have seen that there pretty much all year. So it doesn't always melt.
It's not going anywhere.
It just keeps that little water puddle back there in shape. This is a lot more washed out than I remember it in the past. Yeah, pretty rough here.
Well, I'm not taking the easy one.
Yeah, still, but I'm just looking at the trail itself. It's pretty. I mean, that is the roughest section, but it does seem worse than I remember it in the past. But this is not maintained, so every year this is going to be different. The snow and stuff is going to move rocks around, and maybe some year it seems easier, and some other year it seems harder.
Yeah, nothing's packed down. It has a very soft, like just laid down feel
Yeah.
to it.
Well, that was Birdseye Gulch and Mosquito Pass, and some little side trail that we don't know what it's called, but it was a lot of fun. Birdseye Gulch was great. It was a little more difficult than we had anticipated, which was always fun. We did have the sidewall tear in Phil's tire, but the Guetreads kit has held perfectly. He's going to drive home on that and replace that tire later. So we didn't have to take one of his 40s off, roto packs and everything. We were able to get back up on the road with the Guetreads kit. So big shout out to them for that sidewall repair kit. Really did the job.
Thanks for saving my back.
Yeah, the Guetreads trek really did the job there. Well, we finished Mosquito Pass. We're done for the day. Beautiful weather, beautiful scenery today. Everything is still nice and green. We got to see some snow, which is unbelievable at the end of August. So from Katerina and myself, stay safe out there. We'll see you on the trails.